So, hey, it's a couple minutes after the 2 o'clock hour, and I'm so excited to have on board 2 artists today. They're kind of like one artist, but they're 2 different people. And we're going to get to them in just a second. Real quick shout out to my sponsor. It's First Northern Bank and Trust. Your community, their commitment. Check these guys out at 1stnorthernbank.com. They are the hometown bank that makes you feel like they know you personally, but can offer you all of the modern devices, technologies, and all of that the internet and all that can offer. But, hey, if you need financial stability, you need a little help with a savings account, or maybe starting a business, these guys can help you out. 1stnorthernbank.com. Check those guys out, and they are the reason why I get to do what I get to do each and every day. I'm so excited. And on Wednesdays, it's the Wall-to-Wall Country Show. Tradition that's been here for the last couple of years has been in the second hour, I get to interview somebody that's really, really cool, usually related to the country music industry in some way, shape, or form, mostly artists. But I've done artists, I've done authors, I've done interviews with some of the ladies from the Nashville Nashville Live show. So it's really kind of cool, and I'm so excited to have on board a great band that came to my attention. 2 boys of it, Gun Hill Royals. We're speaking with Kyle and Anthony today. Hey, guys.
Hey, howdy. Nice.
How are you?
Pretty fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have the 2 of you on board here, and there's actually 4 of you, right? There's 4 of you in the band?
There are, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you guys...
I thought it might just be a little too much to get them all on the phone at the same time, so...
Yeah.
We'll let them take the next interview.
All right. That sounds like a fine plan. But you guys are fairly new to the industry. You've kind of been together only a couple of years. You've got some interesting music influences, and you've got some new music out there. So let's kind of start from the beginning, though, for those people who don't know who you are and where you hail from and how the Gun Hill Royals came about. And I'm also very curious about the name of the band. But why don't we go with one of you and give us a little background of who you guys are and where you come from and how you got to what you guys are up to these days.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, this was initially Kyle's baby, so I'll let him run with that.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess 2013 is when it started to come together, and Anthony and I and our guitarist, Austin, kind of just started kicking around some tunes that I had in my back pocket for a little while, and we kind of liked the way the sound was going, so we just slowly have been developing that over the past few years and letting it kind of develop us and dictate our course and our sound also. But yeah, we've just been trying to build upon that, and since we obviously love country music, so there are a lot of undertones of country, but I think we like to kind of branch out from that too. Whether you call it Americana or a little bit of soul and folk, and definitely some rock in there too. So yeah, that's kind of how we started, and it's been a quick couple of years. Seems like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, it's 4 years, and are you all of you from Los Angeles? All 4 of you?
Well, we're not. None of us are originally from Los Angeles.
Oh.
So I don't know if anybody really is. Yeah. So we're all over the country, and actually Austin's from Canada. He's a Canuck. So.
Oh boy.
But we've all been out here quite a while, so I think we all pretty much consider it home at this point.
Yeah, we're Angelinos now. Consider myself.
But you hailed from different places?
Sure, yeah.
Yep.
I'm a Pittsburgh boy.
Oh, yay, Pennsylvania.
Austin's from Canada. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Wisconsin originally.
So how did you? No, okay. I must have missed something. How did a Wisconsin boy and a Pennsylvania boy get together? How'd you guys know each other? How'd that happen?
Pretty much through a mutual friend. Just someone. She had kind of worked in the business as a manager, and had known Anthony, and then just through friends. And over the years, when another project that I was previously in had dissolved, and kind of had seen Anthony around town at different shows, and we'd always been, let's keep in touch, and if something comes about, we'll let's put something together. So the timing was right. I don't know where we were. I think we were out watching some Eminem tribute.
Yeah, we were. That's right.
Weird thing in Hollywood one night. I'm like, look across the room, and he's standing there with a buddy, and that was pretty much the kind of the reconnection, and we just took it from there and never looked back.
Okay. Awesome. Now, I'm looking at a shot that you guys had multiple shots done in this scene where you're kind of like in the desert somewhere and there's busted TVs or whatever. So there's one guy standing, one guy with kind of a derby hat on, another guy with an Outback hat on, and then another guy to the right who's kneeling down. Who's who in the picture?
So I believe you're looking at the picture that I'm familiar with. It would be me, Anthony, that's to the far right. It's in the TV.
Okay.
Kind of.
Okay.
Kneeling down.
Yep.
And then I believe the picture you look at that all the way to the left, there should be one gentleman standing up with blonde hair. That would be Kyle.
Okay. Okay. So
Definitely use that term very loosely.
The dude. And then the bigger gentleman with the big hat, that's Austin, that's the guitar player. And then James is wearing the derby style hat.
Yeah, he does look like a Canuck with that hat on now that you mention it.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. It's actually, that was taken out on, Anthony just bought some land out at Joshua Tree, too. So one day we just went exploring out there to see his property, and there were all these random, all those TVs sitting there, and then we found a couple old doors that we took some photos with, just kind of lying around out in the desert.
Yeah. Joshua Tree is beautiful, though. It's a beautiful area out there. I've been out there.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, it's one of our favorites for sure, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So how did the Gun Hill Royals come about? How did those three words get together?
Well, to be honest, it was a lock-in. It was a shut-in whenever we were trying to come up with a name.
Uh-huh.
We locked ourselves in at Kyle's place, and we decided we weren't leaving until we had a name figured out. We had a bottle of bourbon, maybe two, I'm not really sure. And we all brought some stuff to the table, and then we decided what kind of made sense and kind of fit the feel and the mood of the music that, I don't know, I guess at least at the time we thought we were developing. I don't know if it's progressed, but I'm sure it has. But yeah, it's really where it stuck, and I think, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. You've listened to the tunes. I think the name pretty much captures at least somewhat the mood of our music and where we're going with it.
I'm looking
I think it fits well.
I'm looking at your website, and I think there's an interesting aspect here. You guys have quite a few videos already for your music, and I find that interesting because I think a lot of the artists that I speak to generally tend to work on the music, and then they're like, yeah, we're thinking about doing a video for that one song or something, but you've got quite a few music videos on the website here. Is this something that you guys really enjoy doing?
Yeah. We had an idea over the last couple of years. We would, instead of doing a full record at once, we took the approach of doing like one song every other month. And when we first started it, we also did a video that accompanied that song. So at first, the first couple we just shot on our iPhones. Mm-hmm. One was in studio, one again was out at Joshua Tree, and then they kind of progressed from there. That we actually found some real directors to do the next few, and they just progressively got a little better. But yeah, I think we've actively been trying to really keep up with that. Just I think more and more people are going to YouTube and sites like that to listen to music, and so many people like a visual now also with the songs. So I think it just helps to you get kind of the personality of the band. You try to set a mood or tell a little story. So yeah, we actually just shot one this last weekend, all one shot, kind of out in this big open field area, just kind of some handmade things, and hoping to have that within the week too. Of course, we're actually one of the songs you're going to play.
Nice.
Burn This House Down.
Nice.
Yeah.
So speaking of your music, let's touch base on that a little bit. You guys, you have an album out, and it's just self-titled?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So you have one album out, and it's self-titled, and it has 12 songs on it. Now, are you guys the writers, the lyrics, the writing, the music, the whole kit and caboodle? Are these all of your guys' songs coming from one of you or all of you as a combination?
Yeah, we write together. Everybody writes. There's one song that is by a good friend of ours. He wrote a few years ago and gave to the band. It's called Under the Covers. That's the only one that we didn't write. But, yeah, the rest of them are mostly collaboration across the board, like especially lately where, like Anthony's he's a, really strong lyric writer and plays a lot of acoustic also. And, so he'll just bring in some parts or a bunch of lyrics, and we'll just kind of kick ideas back and forth. And that's how The Sweeping Boy, that was kind of one of the big ones most recently that came out kind of by doing that process of just having a bunch of cool stuff to work with and hashing it together as a unit with the four of us.
Now this is available. People can get their hands on the entire album through like Spotify, Amazon, things like that. How would people get their hands on your music?
Yeah, it's pretty much any outlet. At least digitally. We're working a little harder to get them the hard copy in stores, but that's a little bit of a different process and kind of a dying process, unfortunately. But
yeah.
Just about any digital retailer, you can find our album as singles or the entirety for sure. Yeah, it's available.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you guys mentioned The Sweeping Boy, and that was one of the songs that we had discussed airing. How about if you give us a little info about that song, and then we'll play it for the listening audience. But you want to give a little background picture of what The Sweeping Boy is all about?
Sure, Anthony, why don't you start that since you kind of...
Sure, okay. Well, I don't know, like any song really, it starts probably from just scratching notes down and getting, something moving. But, I guess whenever it started, we all listened to a lot of old classic country, some really simple stuff. And I guess that's where it started. And I wanted to, at least initially when I was scratching it down, to just be simple and a nice little story. And it just kind of progresses. And then, I kind of picked a few things out, and, Kyle being the awesome guy he is, I showed him what I had, and then Kyle just took it to a whole other step by adding, a lot more great lyrics, strum patterns, everything. And it just, whenever we showed it to the band, that one was just morphed pretty easily, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did come together pretty fast. But yeah, I like the story, like, right away. I just, it's kind of a play between a guy and a girl, and they kind of see each other from a distance, and, neither one of them takes, has either the courage or, whatever to approach the other, but there's always this attraction, and they kind of just looking at their lives, him being the sweeping boy and, working this daily mundane job and not being able to break away and kind of, then when you get to the chorus, it kind of comes into where they actually do make the connection and that, even if all that time in between was hard, that it brought them to this place eventually. So there's kind of that ray of light in there.
Nice. All right. Well, that sounds intriguing. Sounds intriguing. I like it. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have to take a quick break, pay some bills, but we're going to come back with the Gun Hill Royals and the Sweeping Boy. Can you guys hang in there for a couple more minutes?
Sure.
You bet.
Awesome. We're speaking with Kyle and Anthony of the Gun Hill Royals. You guys can get information about them at gunhillroyals.com. Find their music on all the electronic medias. We're going to have a little bit more about what these guys have coming up and about another one of their tunes in just a minute. Got to be back with them in just a moment after we take care of some bills. More with the Gun Hill Royals coming up right after this. And there you go. It's called The Sweeping Boy by the Gun Hill Royals. Very powerful. And, man, your voices, you guys, those voices in there blend so nice. It was like ice cream. It was good. I really liked it.
Good.
It was smooth and silky, man. Gosh almighty. I mean, now, do you guys have like a lead singer that covers most of the lead stuff, or do you guys kind of share that? How does that work with the band?
Oh, Kyle's that guy for sure. Kyle's the lead guy.
You do most of the singing, Kyle?
Most of the lead stuff, but yeah, we've got a handful of other tunes that a couple other guys take the lead on. We all sing, or we do our best. It's always a work in progress. Yeah, we love singing harmony, and it's always more fun singing with other people. So we've just been really working hard on that and just trying to hone that sound in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice. It's clean. It's good. Everything sounded really good, at least from my perspective. You guys are doing some touring. You guys kind of had a pretty good schedule going on. Are you not going to be doing so much during the summer now?
Oh, well, that's we just got back from a long tour. So
right.
It's just a matter of lining up the next one. Yeah, there's more stuff in the works.
Okay.
Nothing's solidified. We just have to. You have to map it out, and make your runs worthwhile. So, yeah, definitely, there's more to come for sure.
Nice. And people, what's the best way now? Are you guys on all the social medias, things along that line? What's the best way for folks to find out what you guys are up to?
Yeah, you can find us. We have our website, gunhillroyals.com, and then, Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. We're usually really good about checking in as often as possible, within minutes usually. So, you can find us. If you're looking for us, you shouldn't have to try too hard.
I hope that's right.
Now let me ask you this. When it comes to the social medias, are you the guys talking to your fans? Is it you, or do you have somebody who kind of manages your social medias for you?
Oh, it's us. It's 100% us. Yeah.
Awesome. That's good to know.
Yeah, we love it. We love getting, any messages we'll usually get right back, and it's nice to hear from people. It's nice to make new friends. It's always us.
Now let me ask you this: you guys, it looks like your shows are in a lot of different places. Have you been approached for doing some shows for maybe a cause, or do you guys have something in mind that you're thinking at some point you're going to maybe do a performance for a certain cause? Do you guys have all one cause? I know a lot of artists like to help out in that kind of avenue, but with you guys being so new, do you have something like that, or have you done things like that?
Well, I don't think that we've, to the best of my knowledge, Kyle, I might be wrong, but I don't think we've done anything where we've played a show specifically for a cause. Mm-hmm. But I think that we're all big empathizers. One of the people that we have teamed up with, although we haven't played anything specific for them, is the Plastic Pollution Coalition. It's a big movement to reduce and reuse one-time plastics. We haven't done anything with them performance-wise, but we are essentially members with them. Mm-hmm. We do try to spread the word when we can, but any cause is a good cause. I wouldn't see why we wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mm-hmm. We did do one thing that we were involved with last year, right around this time, was called Guitars for Vets, and it's
that's right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a program for veterans that come home and that just need, to get some kind of music therapy in their life. Mm-hmm. And so we did a big benefit for that. A few years ago, I helped a buddy of mine, kind of one of the instructors for it, and it was a really awesome thing. And then last year, this big benefit came up in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and so we did do that. I think that was the most recent. That
was a great show too. That was fun.
Yeah, it was really awesome time. So, that's a really good organization, too, for anybody that is looking to help out Guitars for Vets.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty awesome.
I've talked to, it might not be the same organization, but I've talked to a couple other artists that, are really, the vets, of course. I mean, vets, animals, cancer, children, they're always the big hitters, but it interests me to know. Oh my God, I'm trying to rack my brain exactly who it was. It might have been Charlie Daniels, because I know he has a big thing for vets. But there was, I can't remember who it was, but they actually brought vets to like an outpost that they have, or kind of a place. And they did that. They provided them with instruments and like helped them learn a song by the end of like the weekend and stuff like that. And they were allowed to go there for free and just kind of get away and learn a little bit about music and stuff and kind of get them occupied. And I think everybody always is trying to do stuff for vets, but I think when you think outside the box for stuff, like you're saying, guitars, you give them something, it's a mind thing, helps them feel like they're accomplishing something, even if it's on the smallest level sometimes. Really helps these guys get back into the world, because they go through such a trauma. And they're
very underserved for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
People, I think we all know how like therapeutic music can be in our lives on every level. I think that is definitely that case there too, where you get an instrument in your hands and you're able to focus on something and just be able to practice, and just the music therapy itself. It's always a good thing.
And anybody can learn a few chords on a guitar and play a song. Yeah. I mean, anybody.
Yeah.
And, even if it's just a quick little tune. I play guitar a little bit. I have, friends of ours, we play at little festivals and stuff like that. We just kind of screw around with it. And I got to say, I thought, oh, yeah, this is fun. So I play that, and I have a djembe. I play a little djembe. And then my father gave me a violin or a fiddle. I guess it all depends on what you play on it. And everybody was like, oh, that's one of the hardest ones you can learn how to play, and it's very difficult. And I was like, it can't be that hard. I mean, my goodness. Well, let me tell you something. Sounds like I'm killing a cat on an average. Oh, my God, that's so freaking hard to play. Yeah. That is horrible.
Yeah. And they're so tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the intonation, and it's a very difficult instrument.
I mean, picking it is one thing, because I pick a guitar, so as long as you know where your notes are. But yeah, it's so freaking tiny, and there's nothing on the neck like there is, the guitar. Or what fret are you on? Oh, everybody's on the 3rd fret. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? And it's like, God, you got to I had to put little tape on it just to figure out where my fingers were supposed to go. I'm like, and then forget the bow.
And then you got to figure out the bow.
Yeah. Forget the bow. That's where it sounds like I'm killing a cat. I'm like, where is the note on this stupid thing? Yeah, but I mean, guitars. So I can attest, guitars are definitely easier to play. And even if, like you said, you learn a couple chords, you can strum it pretty simply, and it's a self-accomplishment kind of feeling. And sometimes, like you said, and I think that's great that you guys, work with that, and if there's more that you could do on that level. But the plastic thing is good too. I mean, people don't realize how so many animals can perish because of all the plastic that's out there. I mean, they get their heads wrapped around buckets and things, they swallow it, and it makes them sick. And I mean, I go to Florida, and we went to a turtle hospital, and it was amazing to me how awful.
Like, near Jupiter on the East Coast, I think I've been to that.
No, I was down in the Keys.
The turtle rescue.
Yeah.
Oh, way down there. Yeah.
Yeah, we were down on, what is it? I think it's Marathon. I think it's either down by Marathon. We're usually down on Sugarloaf. And it's a small little hospital, but, a lot of the turtles come in onto the islands, and they were like, yeah, this turtle swallowed a bottle cap or whatever, and it's just heartbreaking to see that. So people do need to pay attention. That little plastic bag that's floating through the air, chase it down and throw it out. Don't let it be floating in the air,
Well, not only that, but there's just so many alternatives now in 2017 that, using these single-use throwaway plastic things, it's almost nonsense, and I don't know. That's an age that should be gone by now, I would hope.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think just being more mindful of the excessive amount that we use and don't really think about that could easily be, the amount could be lowered. Definitely.
Sure. Yeah, I agree with you. Well, good for you guys, and I wish you the best on, keep trying to put that word out there on both those subjects, for sure. Yep. Before I let you go, I don't want to hold you up too much longer, but one of the other songs that we talked about that I want to play while you're still with me is Burn This House Down. And there are titles that I'm almost afraid to ask what the song, I don't know, is about. I'm a little nervous, but so why don't you tell us a little story about Burn the House Down? And I hope it's not as bad as I'm thinking. You didn't burn anybody's house down.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not. I think people listening to it will definitely immediately relate it to, maybe a relationship or, something going bad. But I think, I don't know, I think the phrase just came to mind when I started writing, but I think it was just more about, the things in your life that you're maybe not able to change, or things that from your past that you keep coming back to that just are bringing you down. Things that you can, hopefully just let go of.
Yeah.
And just walk away from and take that space or that, that loop that you've been in and open it up to something new or something better. So it's just, it doesn't literally have anything to do with arson.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I thought it was, actually. This is news to me.
Awesome. That's funny.
I don't want to give anybody any ideas.
Yeah. Okay. Don't try this at home, folks. Yeah. That's awesome. We're gonna play that one here just after I let you go, so the folks can be listening for that soon. It's a little something called "Burn the House Down" by the Gun Hill Royals. But let's round this out. What can you guys tell my listening audience of what's coming up for the Gun Hill Royals? What's on the plate? Can you give me a wink, wink, nudge, nudge? If people are watching your social medias and checking out your website, what can they be looking for from the four of you guys?
Well, for sure, we got lots of new tunes, especially when we were touring. We got a lot more in the bag, so recording will be coming up, and I think a lot more touring will be coming up to promote this album. We're working with a lot of festivals to try to hash things out, so we're trying to get across the country to as many years as possible. I think that's our primary goal right now.
Okay. Well, of course,
definitely trying to get out on the road more. Yeah, I think we just find we just have the most success, or whatever you want to call it, when we just hop in the van and we get out there and just play as much as possible and spend time on the road together. And every show, whether it's 2 people in the audience or 200, we always meet great people out there, and we just make good memories, new friends, and that's kind of what it's all about, I think.
That's awesome. Well, let me just throw this out there. We're in Pennsylvania, and since one of you are from PA, now we're on the east side of the state. We're kind of between Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, and Philadelphia on the eastern side, but you ever find your ways back up here to PA, the doors of PennsPeak Radio would always be open. All you'd have to do is give us a shout, and, hey, we're going to be in the area, and we'd be glad to have you in the studios live and chat with you a little bit and do a little something.
That would be awesome. That would be great.
So if you would keep that in mind, that'd be great. And if and when you guys ever do get some of those hard copies, if you would shoot me 1 or 2 of them, I'd be glad to get them out to my audience here in PA to help spread the word of the Gun Hill Royals as well. So just a little something too there once you get some hard copies.
Right out, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have CDs, so we can send you as many as you'd like.
Oh, that would be awesome, because I know my audience always loves it. And just one for my personal collection. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge would be awesome.
You got it.
So anyway, so that sounds good, guys. They can catch you guys on the social medias, gunhillroyals.com. Look for the videos. I really like the idea that you do videos for, as many of your songs as possible, so you can kind of get a personality look into what you guys are really up to and that. And I think that's wonderful, because I don't think a lot of new artists do that. They focus more on the music, and then they get around to going, yeah, well, we should probably make a video out of that song. So
sure,
kind of doing it the other way around, I think would be really helpful. People can get a feel for who you are and your music and what you guys do. Anything else you would like to throw out there before we discuss that last tune that we're going to play? The whole show airs back on a Sunday, so please let your fans know if they missed the interview. They can catch it on Sunday morning. And I like to play a tune at the end of my show to remind everybody who my artist was for the day. So we're going to talk about that in a second. But anything else you need to throw out there you'd like your audience to know about?
Well, since you did bring up the videos, there will be a new video coming out probably by next week. It'll be for this song that you're playing.
Oh, okay.
So look out for that. Yeah. And I just want to remind everybody it's not about arson. Just as a heads up.
Okay. But one last tune, and I like this title. I think this is funny, and I don't know if it's something that you guys sound like, when you're saying you're out on the road, and it's the camaraderie of you guys being in a van and going out and performing for your fans. It really kind of gives the idea that you guys might be thick as thieves. So we'll play that one at the end of the show, but you want to give us a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge about what that one's all about?
I think we... All coming from other places and coming to California, I think our original idea was to kind of write the song about California being, I don't know, well, both the struggle of coming here and how hard it can be being new to a big city, and then also the beauty all around us here, just everything from the deserts to the ocean to the, there's a little bit of everything out here. So it's kind of taking that and just talking about it as almost like a person. And then the thickest thieves, I'm not even really sure how that came into there, but it worked itself in. So we just let it do its thing. And I think it does relate to that, though. It just being tight and having fun and being goofy, being loose,
Yeah.
Try not to take yourselves too seriously sometimes. So
yeah, that's awesome.
All those things.
They can watch a video for it also on your website. That's another one that there's a video for, Thick as Thieves. But we'll be playing that one at the end of the show. Guys, thanks so much for taking time out of your schedule. I really appreciate you hanging out with me, and the invitation is always there. So if you're in PA, shoot us a couple CDs. And, hey, listen, anything new and exciting you got going on in a couple of months, please get back in touch. My artists are always, 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 always welcome back on the show, even if it is via a phone call. I appreciate you guys giving me a buzz from California, and I hope it's sunnier and warmer there as it is here.
Awesome.
Sweet. Thank you so much for having us.
No problem. Thanks, guys, and have an awesome day. And stay in touch, my friends, and look forward to hearing from you soon.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Okay. See you guys. There you go. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.